Hi guys, good evening to everyone. So this is an introduction to chapter 6 and chapter 7 from the handbook, and of course what we're going to develop for the next class. Okay, you need to do the assignment according to this. If you look in your handbook, chapter 6 has to do with intonation, chapter 7 has to do with linking sentences, yes, connected speech. We're going to focus in this part only with intonation because connected speech, we also deal with intonation. When we connect words, it modifies the intonation, the tone, the stress of a sentence. Okay, so we really need to focus on that. Intonation, if you remember about a previous knowledge on phonetics too, intonation has to do with the melody of the speech, right? What we put when we're speaking, the tone of voice, the stress, the rhythm is a complex feature of the language, specifically for English, because English is a tone. Yes, it's a tone language. It expresses a lot of changes just with tonality, with the change of pitch. Yes, so we need to pay a lot of attention to it. First of all, I want you to see these. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. And what I want to focus on, especially with the three T's. Okay. When it comes to intonation, yes, we face three specific parts of the speech. Okay. One is how to break the material up to into chunks, yes, into parts, important parts of the speech. What is to be accented, yes, and what tones are to be used. Okay. These three linguistic intonation systems are known respectively as tonality, yes, tonality, how we break up the material, yes, the sentences, tonicity, tones, and tone, how to use those tones, okay, or what tones to use, like falling, rising, fall, rising, neutral, okay, good. Tonality, yes, tonality has to do how we're gonna divide our speech into important chunks. And but how do we do this? Yes, how do we do that? It's a conscious process. It's unconscious, of course. It's unconscious. Once we get used to the language, we study, we are immersed into it. We discover that we divide the sentences according to the importance of the words, especially the lexical words like nouns, verbs, adverbials, pronouns. Yes, and we have to pay attention to the intonation phrases. Yes, because I love languages, I'm studying intonation. When I finish this book, I'll know a lot more about it. Yes. So we make pauses in order to make ourselves more understandable. Yes. Natural to the ear, because there's something important about languages that is naturality. Yes. If we are exposed to natural English or to any natural language, our brain recognizes it. Okay. Otherwise, it sounds weird. The brain stops paying attention to what we're saying. Maybe we're saying something really important, but then it just stops paying attention because it's not natural. Okay, or it can get confused because we are stressing or we are in just putting the chunks in a different way. Okay, and that's why it can have like a lot of possible options. Okay, for example, we don't know who she is. Depending what we want to say, what we want to express, yes, we're going to change the chunks, the parts. We don't know who she is. 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 Okay? According to this, and you say, but they all express the same. No, they don't express the same. We don't know who she is making emphasis on the verb know. Okay? We have no idea who she is. We don't know who she is that we don't know, maybe you and me, but maybe your classmate knows her or knows whatever. Okay? We don't know who she is. We're making an emphasis on the negative part. We don't. We don't know who she is. Like to make clear that we don't. okay? Similar to the first one, but with more emphasis. And this is like, we're just making like, maybe like a berrinche, yes? We're just saying part by part. We don't know who she is, yes? Did you understand what I'm saying? Okay? And this is tonality, the pauses we're gonna make, how we're gonna divide our sentences, our speech to express a meaning, okay? Good. It's the same as I explained in last class. It's not, how are you from the beginning? It's, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. How are you? Yes, we're making chunks there. Good. With tonicity, yes, we use this feature just to highlight, to spotlight a part, an important part of the sentence, yes, to make it, let's say, not obvious, but just we need to accent it in a way that our pitch, the note that is important, our pitch. When I say pitch, is because I want you to pay attention to the word pitch, okay? Usually process a nucleus, yes? If you pay attention here, I think it was ridiculous. It's a falling tone because we are saying it was ridiculous, but I want you to pay attention that it was ridiculous, okay? I think it was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yes, we're just making something different. Ridiculous. Maybe we are just repeating the word, yes, because you know, rising tone is for repetition, or maybe just to make myself clear, okay? So this is another. With tonicity, yes, is what word we're gonna accent, we're gonna stress, okay, in order to show why it's important here. Good. We have some other parts that I'm gonna ask you on the assignment, okay? But let's follow up with tone, okay? When we decided which word we want to stress, yes, with the tonicity, yes, now we're gonna ask ourselves what kind of pitch movement is the speaker going to associate it with. For example, here, you mustn't worry can choose between several possible tones. You mustn't worry, falling tone, you mustn't. I'm telling you, it's a good thing, don't worry. Okay? You mustn't worry, yes, it's more imperative. You mustn't worry, or you mustn't worry, if you want to pay attention just to make it more polite. You mustn't worry, you mustn't worry, okay? I mean, we can go deeper into explanation about the tones, yes? Falling tone are used to stage as affirmative sentences, yes, with new information, important information. Rising tones for emphasis, for enlisting, or just to make more imperative. And the fall rise for more polite inquiries, and also just to not sound so imperative, okay? If we're repeating something. Good. So for your assignment, you're gonna analyze these sentences, say whether the following pairs differ in tonality, tonicity, or tone, okay? You have here a pair, yes? And you see the example, okay? With the theory, you're gonna read, I'm gonna send you another, like a PDF, okay, with activities, and you're gonna have to analyze the sentences and mark the difference, and then you're gonna record yourself in a video or in WhatsApp audio reading the sentences. Yes? So you wanna kill me? Yes? And the difference with, so you wanna kill me? Okay? Okay, now you have to analyze this, okay, and how you're gonna read them. Cool. And also, I want you to read more about it, yes, with how to teach pronunciation. Of course, you have here the situation with the book about the planning lesson, yes. I'm gonna send you an activity, yes, how to use this tone and how you're gonna teach them, just with a little situation, okay, and like last class, like the term test, okay, I'm gonna put you a situation that the students cannot identify some things, or they are saying the sentences in a wrong way, okay, and you're gonna tell me how you're gonna work that. Trying to use mimetics, yes, a total physical response to teach, like when go low, yes. You mustn't worry, 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 and everything how you're gonna teach that, okay? Because in our next meeting, next class, we're gonna discuss these items, and I'm gonna make you read sentences using intonation patterns, okay? Even though you're gonna be teaching intonation and you have to teach it from the beginning, but how? Okay, and we're gonna work that next class. But before that, I want you to study to revise the basis of intonation, okay? Because it's something that it really shows. Just before, when you listen to someone speaking in English and you pay attention to their pronunciation, the next thing is their intonation, okay? It's just like that. And we have to be responsible, yes, to teach English. No, we are not only teach vocabulary, grammar, but we also teach these phonetic stuff, okay? Like pronunciation and intonation. And I just hope that you understand what you have to do, okay? I'm gonna send you some question about intonation, just to remember what is intonation, what is nucleus, what is a falling tone, rising tone, okay? And an activity and how to teach pronunciation and linking word, yes, connected speech together. Okay, so that's it, guys, and I'll be seeing you next class.